Welcome into another episode of Rip N Riff here on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Alarm. Folks, we are fully in the Christmas season. It is December. Thanksgiving was last week. We're fresh off the heels of a great episode with Dave LaGreca. Jared, how is it? We talked about Thanksgiving. Are you in the Christmas spirit yet, or do you still need a little more time?
I will get in the Christmas spirit as soon as the credit card debt is paid off.
Oh, so
until then, it's a little tough to get into it.
Understood. For me, it's until I actually put up the outside Christmas decorations because my wife and I figured out divide and conquer with us is better than us working together. So I do outside, she does inside. Everybody's happy.
It's incredible, by the way. The day we're obviously recording this, just seeing how many people have jumped the gun and had their Christmas decorations up for weeks now in the Northeast, which is just incredible here.
I mean, I don't want to go on a little rant or anything, but I feel like Thanksgiving is almost a forgotten holiday. We go from Halloween to Christmas, and it's not forgotten about, but it's a good holiday that deserves its own little few weeks. Football, stuffing your face, napping on the couch. I mean, who doesn't love that?
Right. We went straight from Halloween to Christmas. You started hearing the Christmas radio, Christmas songs on some radio stations, and meanwhile, we only have one Thanksgiving song, so it is kind of what it is.
Yeah, if anybody out there is creative, get write a Thanksgiving song. Turkeys deserve love too,
Yes, and I mean, look, I know Adam Sandler set a pretty high bar when it comes to Thanksgiving songs, but I feel like there's plenty of room in that market for other people to break through.
There's a lot of aspects of that holiday that we could sing about there. It's there's more meat left on the bone there, and somebody needs to take it off. But we did wrestling last week in honor of Dave LaGreca and the Survivor Series. We're back to regular all four major sports this week. I know we haven't done a lot of basketball lately, so I'm going to be bringing some old and new basketball. But I want to know what you got first here. What are we bringing to the table today, Mr. Jared Moore?
So I want to do football today, and I was having a really tough time deciding between some loose packs that I picked up because I have these 2021 Playbook packs from a couple of years ago. Picked up a couple of those, only 5 cards per pack. If you remember, maybe about 2 months ago, I opened up a box of these that had Jalen Hurts on the cover, and they were pretty nice cards.
Yeah, I do. Those are nice.
But I also have this pack of Panini 2023 cards from Score that I'm also intrigued to open up and look through. So the short answer is I'm probably going to wind up doing both.
So the last time we opened up a pack of the 2023 Score Panini, we got that guy right there. So I am all about opening up more of those packs. I keep him nearby, Bijan. He stays close to me all times.
Nice. A little surprised you haven't stuck that in a top loader yet, though.
Yeah, it needs to go in there. I dug them out. I got a lot of work I got to do here over the next few weeks with cards and stuff. But excited.
Same. I got a stack of all these MLB cards from a few weeks ago. They're all still sitting right here.
I mean, that's usually my desk. I mean, I'm just going to pick up a random pile, as you can see right there. It's all mixed. And then they go into my closet to be in other piles. I need to start going through, separating, keep, donate, all that stuff. But for me today, I'm going to be going with 2 packs here. I'm in the 2-hole today. So we're going to go with some 2020, 2021 Panini Prizm NBA cards, 12 cards per pack. And just because they're very nice people over there, Panini, they slipped in a little bonus pack. Very nice.
That's really interesting that you got a bonus pack. What's the story behind that?
So these come out of a cello pack, so they were both in there. So I already took the cello. I already took the outside cellophane pack off to make life a little easier for pack ripping. So, and then the other pack I'll be doing is a 94-95 Upper Deck Series 2. And we had Justin Fensterman on our NBA special. This was I did not love the pulls I had out of this pack. The pack was weak, so we're going back to the well. We're going to try again. Look for that Jason Kidd rookie. That's what we want.
Yep, Jason Kidd rookie would be nice. So I'm going to ask you: do you want to kick or receive?
You know what? You go first. You go first. Let's talk some football.
We'll start a little football. It's the fantasy football playoffs are basically a week or two away now at this point. So we'll hopefully get some interesting players out of these packs that we'll be able to talk about and break down and analyze. And we start this pack with here a picture with the Dallas Cowboys, now with the Cleveland Browns. We start with Amari Cooper.
There we go. That's a good shot there. And again, we talked about the look of those cards. That's a nice border. The little reflective silver part with the logo. I mean, that's a good looking card.
Yeah, and I love that the colors on the border match the team colors as well.
Yeah, that's always been when you do when little details like that get worked in. I love that. I love that stuff.
We go straight from that to the Arizona Cardinals with the now retired future Hall of Famer J.J. Watt.
There we go. He had a good couple of seasons there before he called it a career, and now he's in the booth and he's doing a good job there in the studio.
Now, this is interesting that I got the same player in this pack twice with 2 cards. And it's a player that I've never heard of, by the way. So it goes to show how valuable this pack is. But we got from the Dallas Cowboys, Simi Fehoko rookie card.
Yeah, I got nothing there.
So yeah, I don't know who it is. I guess he's a wide receiver who probably never panned out. And but we also got a next up card of the same player as well.
Simi Fehoko. Let me look that up.
So he might be a guy who unfortunately one of these maybe like a late round guy or something who just never really panned out in the NFL and kind of is what it is.
Apparently, he is with the Chargers currently. I don't know if that's practice squad or whatever, but he is currently listed as he was a 5th round pick by the Cowboys in the 2021 draft.
He's got to be like on a practice squad or something because I've never heard of this guy with any of these teams. And the Chargers are obviously, they got Keenan Allen, they got Quentin Johnson, Guyton. They have the other guy who I can't think of right now. Mike Williams, who's perennially hurt. Who'd you say? I'm sorry.
Darius Davis, the rookie. The
return guy. So they got a million guys, and he's not one of them. So it kind of is what it is. So I don't want to express disappointment about getting a rookie card. It's just like it's hard to analyze it when I don't know who the hell the player is.
Folks, Jared and I are in multiple dynasty leagues where the rosters go 40-something deep with the IDP. And so, if we don't know a receiver, yeah, that tells you something.
Exactly, especially an offensive skill player.
Yes.
But we finished this pack with one more rookie card, at least a player I've heard of from the New England Patriots, Shaun Wade.
Okay, here we go. I like that Patriots look, the white jersey with the blue pants. It's sharp. Yeah, a couple of rookies.
Yeah, they're going to be a team that's going to be picking very high in the NFL draft this year, which I'm sure you're not thrilled as a Jet fan that the Patriots might be finally getting a new franchise quarterback instead of Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi or Will Greer or whoever the hell they're playing nowadays. But I'm sure the Jets fan in you loves the fact that the Patriots are it's finally their turn to be completely unwatchable for quite a while.
Yeah, but it's got to be like, don't give me like 1 or 2 bad years and all of a sudden whoever they get, Caleb Williams, Drake May, I was actually just having this conversation with a friend. Obviously, you can't expect a rookie to turn things around. But like, if Belichick is the coach that we all think he is, and his career and his reputation, he's got this quarterback competitive by year 2. That's not good enough for me as a Jets fan. It's been 20 freaking years of them pretty much dominating the division up until Buffalo kind of took over that a couple of years ago. No, I need a sustained Patriots suckitude to enjoy. Like in the short term, this is fine. This is enjoyable. They're gonna, I think they play the Giants the week we're recording this, so like that's gonna be interesting to see who sucks more there. But even though the Giants are coming off a big win over Washington, but yeah, it's enjoyable short term. But I really want to see the Patriots stink for a long time. I need that.
Right, and like I'm saying, this is like a perfect example. We're both Yankee fans. The Red Sox are kind of going through that right now the last few years where they're just kind of, a nondescript team right now where they don't really spend a ton of money and they don't have the prospects coming through the system and they finish last place every year. I love that as someone who despises everything about the Boston Red Sox. So I don't really hate the Patriots as much as you because I'm a Giants fan. We beat them in those Super Bowls, so my perspective it's a little skewed. But I could understand football fans in general just wanting to see the Patriots take their medicine for a bit.
Shout out John and Pember and Andrew Cooper, Patriot fans.
Yes, shout out to them. So this other pack, we start with pretty good defensive player Antoine Winfield Jr.
I have him in. I have a share of him in one of my dynasty leagues, and he's pretty much an every week defensive back start.
And we go right from that to DeAndre Hopkins with the now with the Tennessee Titans. So yeah, a rough year for the Titans. Obviously, they've benched Ryan Tannehill. They've now moved on to the Will Levis era. We'll see if Will Levis is the guy long term, but he's definitely shown enough short term where at least you can be like, all right, we got to see what we have in this guy.
You know, I went to the Niners-Bucks game a couple of weeks ago, and Will Levis came to mind because it's Levi Stadium. His last name is Levis. Like, there's marketing there if he ever ends up on the 49ers. Like, something's got to give there.
Even if he doesn't, you can always sell jeans.
There you go. Yeah, listen, somebody get on the phone. Levis Levi's. I'm sure there's some sort of quirky, cute commercial about the mispronunciation that you can come up with.
Let me write it. I'll charge the low price of $420.69 to consult on that one.
And a couple of pairs of jeans. You got to throw those jeans in.
They're probably not going to fit me. So we go to zoning commission Josh Jacobs card with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Josh Jacobs, man, last year pretty much carried one of my teams, and then this year, now that they're actually running the offense the proper way, he's back to doing what he has to do.
Yep, he has been much better, and obviously since the Raiders fired Josh McDaniels, now Antonio Pierce is the interim coach, and man, I hope Antonio Pierce gets that job. I hope they don't screw this up like they did a couple years ago with Rich Bisaccia. I'm not even a Raiders fan, but you watch Antonio Pierce in these press conferences, you want to run through a wall for the guy.
Remember the old Fierce Pierce report when he had his weekly as a Giants linebacker back on NFL radio? I think it was on the opening drive.
I do not, but like I could see why like Antonio Pierce was like a team captain everywhere he's been. He's always been a leader, and obviously he was a big part of the Super Bowl team.
He's definitely got that like Raider mentality that'll fit perfectly. Like, and I didn't understand why. I understood Rich Bisaccia was not a household name, but it's like you got a guy who got the team to rally down the stretch that year, play competitive football. He's not a big name, so he's not going to cost you a lot of money. And they just like they went right on by him. I never understood that. Like, to me, that was like that fell into your lap enough to give it a shot. Give him a 2-3 year deal, see what he does. But like you said, hopefully they don't make the same mistake with Pierce here.
Yeah, 100%. So we finished this pack with 2 rookie cards. Another one who I haven't heard of the previous Cowboy guy, Jacob Harris from the LA Rams. I think I've actually heard of him, but like he's just hasn't really had much of an NFL career.
That's correct.
And Kylan Granson from the Indianapolis Colts, who's probably their tight end one. I would say it's probably either him or Mo Alley Cox. So
still waiting for Jelani Woods there.
Yeah, we might be waiting for a while in Jelani Woods. I got a feeling he's just a guy, but yeah, that's it for those 2 playmaker packs. So let's knock out the score real quick.
Yeah, I like but I got a Paris Johnson rookie, a Bijan rookie. I had a few good cards in that pack last time. So
you had a few very interesting cards in that pack.
There was a Joey Bosa in that one too.
Well, we are going to start out with a legend here, a former New York Jet. But obviously he's better known for his legendary career with the Green Bay Packers. And fortunately, this is a safe for work picture of Brett Favre. It's Brett Favre.
So he's not going to text that one to Jen Sturger.
I would think not.
That's the one he should have texted her, and he would not have gotten in trouble.
Exactly. Now we start with we move on to probably the bane of every fantasy football and gamblers. Well, definitely fantasy football player. This player is probably the bane of all their existence. Taysom Hill. Yeah,
he is. He's definitely. He doesn't really fit. Like, yeah, he's a tight end, and it's a weird thing, and yeah, like he's not good enough to own. But then, like, he blows up some. Yeah, he's just very frustrating.
Taysom Hill is a guy where every time he touches the ball, I root for something bad to happen, so they stop giving him the ball.
Like, have tight end. I mean, not that Juwan Johnson did anything.
Like, I don't root for injuries, but like, I root for him to fumble every time he touches the ball.
So they stopped using him. Stop. Just stop it. Stop it. Oh.
Yeah. So we move on to George Kittle. Very nice action shot here of one of the better tight ends in the National Football League.
It's nice to see them throwing the ball to him a little more this year than they did last year.
Yeah, I'm very appreciative of that, seeing as I have George Kittle share in one of my leagues. So we move on to DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks. Don't call him DJ. His name is DK.
Yeah, don't be one letter off on the alphabet.
Yeah, because he'll get really salty about that. And he's a large man. I would not want to make angry. So
That is correct.
another large man I would not want to make angry is Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, you want to talk about, we were talking about Antonio Pierce being the Raider mentality and a coach. You talk about the Raider mentality and a play. Max Crosby could have fit right in on those 70s Raiders, no problem.
100%. Yeah, he's a fantastic player, a lot of fun to watch. Another large man, Trent Williams from the San Francisco 49ers. One of the best
49er heavy
offensive
pack.
tackles in the NFL.
Very AFC West, NFC West pack here.
It is. I haven't really gotten a rookie yet in this pack, but this has been a very superstar heavy pack, which we always like to see. We go on from there to one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, he loves taking enjoyment in the Chiefs when they drop passes or they can't move the ball. And good for him. They were like, "Oh, we don't need you." Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for that level of petty, and I'm also a big fan of the fact that Tyreek Hill probably will be the single biggest reason why I repeat as our Dynasty League champion.
Well, hold on. I'm still in second place. I still got a pretty strong team. I know I lost Mark Andrews, but I can deal with that. Let's calm down.
All right, we don't want to put the cart before the horse, so I'm not going to say anything more on that. We got a good rookie card pull here.
Okay.
We have from the Buffalo Bills, Dalton Kincaid.
All right, that's I know you don't like the college jerseys, but I think that's a sharp looking card right there.
Yeah, it's a sharp looking card. I mean, obviously, you know how I feel about the college jerseys, but that is pretty good.
He's going to be a guy next year too. That I think depending on what happens with Buffalo in the offseason, but
he's going to be a top 5 tight end for
sure.
many years. Now we're up to all the rookie cards. So we got Mike Jones Jr. from the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Shown in his LSU gear.
Shout out Mike Riker.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Riker. Why not? We like Mike Riker. Second week in a row, he's gotten a shout out on the show. So good for him. Another one, another one of my Dynasty League players, rookie, Tank Dell. Very nice 3rd round find there.
Tank Dell is all the talk, all the rookie receivers, Addison, and I mean Downs has had a good year, Jackson Smith and Jigba, but I mean Tank Dell is just delivering pretty much every week at this point.
I mean, if we were to re-rank the rookie wide receivers, would you go Tank Dell 1, Puka Nacua 2, Jordan Addison 3? I mean,
the first 2 are locks. It's who really gets to be in that 3rd spot? You can make an argument for not Quentin Johnston, that's for sure.
No.
Addison, I mean, not in Jigba. Josh Downs.
Yeah, Josh Downs would be up there as well. And Josh Downs was another one of those guys. Like, he was not a 1st round receiver. So,
no, I think the top 2 are locked in that 3rd spot. You can have a debate between Addison and Downs, and have it out, and you're not wrong either way.
Well, another player who could be in that top mix, if his coach actually used him more, would be Marvin Mims.
Marvin Mims, yeah,
series
in Denver. I believe it's who's up at the end of the year. Is it Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy? One of them's up at the end of the year. So Marvin Mims next year should blow up.
Yeah, if I had a chance to get my hands on Marvin Mims, I'd probably try to do that in one of these leagues. I don't have the assets to go get him in any league.
Not to forget Jaden Reed either when you're talking rookie receivers. I know he hasn't maybe been as consistent, but I mean, when he has good weeks, he has really good weeks.
Yep, 100%. And last but not least, a little sack attack action shot here of Cameron Hayward sacking Derek Carr. So Derek Carr in his natural position here being sacked.
In the middle of being sacked is that's A, that's a great shot. B, I love the series called Sack Attack. It's a nice looking card, and Hayward's one of the best at getting to the quarterback and has been for a while.
And that does it for my NFL cards.
All right. I thought overall we had some good pulls there, but maybe not so much those first 2 packs, but that Panini Score, man, Those they give you a lot in them, you know.
They come through, and we got a couple interesting rookies there, so we can't complain with that.
I think I have one more 5-pack in the closet, so I'm gonna have to maybe rip those open at some point. So, all right, so now we're gonna go to the NBA. We haven't done a lot of basketball, so we got to give it some love. So, do we want to go 20? We want to go more modern or more throwback first here? What are we doing?
Let's do throwback first because I'm going to be less familiar with a lot of those players.
All righty, so here we go. It is a 1994-95 Series 2 Upper Deck. Of course, my favorite basketball player of all time, Shawn Kemp, on the cover there. We are looking for a Jason Kidd rookie card. That is the one we want to pull. And just like last time, this pack is a pain to open too. So we need to call on
the little box cutter or a pair of scissors, whatever you happen to have handy.
That's what I go with, little mini scissors. Oh, all right. So not a good sign, but we'll see. Let's see what we got here. Let's go through the pack. All right. So we're going to already start with what's this series here? The Michael Jordan draft analysis. This is Khalid Reeves. He was a Miami guard. Let's see here. He played in Arizona. So, Steve Cohen probably knows a lot about Khalid Reeves or remembers a lot about him. There you go. Good looking card, though.
Good looking card of him playing defense there, which is something you saw in the NBA in the 90s. Don't really see a lot of it anymore.
Yeah, you don't anymore, but it was good while it lasted, right? Let's see here. So now I got Liddell Eccles from the Miami Heat. Good looking card there.
A couple Miami Heat pulls here early, so.
All right. So far, not off to a great start. We got a little Ken Norman action from the Atlanta Hawks. Couldn't tell you a thing about him. Let's see next. Danny Ferry. Okay, so we got Danny Ferry from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was a good forward for them during their day. Got the Cleveland. So what did you think about that era Cleveland Cavalier jersey? That was when they went from away from the traditional blue and orange to that black, blue, and orange. It was the Shawn Kemp era.
Yes. Usually when I think of Shawn Kemp, I think of other things aside from the Cleveland Cavalier uniforms in 1994. But yeah, I think it's a pretty sharp look.
All right. Next, we have a worthless rookie, which seems to be a reoccurring theme today. Brooks Thompson.
Sorry, Brooks, but hey, at least he made it to the show.
He made it to the show. He's got a haircut you could set your watch to, like Johnny Unitas in that picture.
Yes, 100%, and A+ Simpsons reference there.
We got Dickie Simpkins, who was buried at the end of the Bulls bench during the 90s. You might remember that name. His rookie card. All right.
Yeah, well, you got one of the Bulls from the 90s. I mean, not the one you're looking for, but hey, it's better than nothing.
Not one of the first 8, 9, or 10 I'm looking for. Lamont Murray from the Clippers, rookie. So loaded with rookies, just nobody that we really care about here. Let's see here. Yeah, this pack is not ideal. Eric Riley from the Houston Rockets. This pack is disappointing. Yeah, Fenstey's not going to be happy. I texted him this morning. I was opening it, and he was excited. Now I got nothing to be excited about.
Oh, boy.
All right, this pack, it gets a little better as we get towards the end here. Speaking of Bulls from the mid-'90s, Ron Harper.
All right. Well, at least people have finally heard of one of the players that we've pulled from this pack. So shout out to Ron Harper. Pretty good player back in the day.
Yes, he was. Good player. Now, all right, now we got another Cavalier in that jersey. Mark Price, one of the all-time great point guards of the 80s and 90s.
And that's the player you think of when you see those jerseys.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a all-star class sub-series, I guess, so we'll throw that there. 2 more cards to go out of this pack. Now, I'll never mind getting a Seattle Supersonic. Mr. Sam Perkins, also a good player in his day back in the 80s. By the time we started to watch him in the 90s, it was the tail end of his career. But, man, those Sonics jerseys, that is probably my all-time favorite NBA look right there.
Well, the NBA is probably going to expand the next few years, and it looks like the 2 cities they want to go to are Vegas and Seattle. So shout out to the NBA. For a change, usually it's the NHL following in the footsteps of the NBA and doing something that they did successfully. Now it's now the shoes on the proverbial other foot with the NBA following the NHL back into Seattle and obviously into Las Vegas.
So Las Vegas,
the team.
So Las Vegas, as you know, a couple of weeks ago, the A's unanimously were relocation vote to Vegas from Oakland. So I have thoughts on that. We'll save those for another time. But yeah, I mean, the fact that the NBA is going to be the last one in, that's pretty fun. I mean, usually they're one of the first one in, but hey, they're gonna, I can't imagine they won't go to Vegas. And if you go back to Seattle, just do what the NFL did with the Cleveland Browns. Just bring the Sonics back. Don't do something stupid. Don't
Yep.
come up with some like naming contest, blah blah blah. No, just absolutely go back to the Sonics. Modernize the look if you want. Do something with it.
Exactly. Have them play at Climate Pledge Arena. The Sonics, the old school uniforms. Try to get as many franchise legends involved as you can. I'm sure some of them probably still live in the area. So
Pretty sure Sean Kemp has a chain of dispensaries in the Seattle area. So right there, you bring back Gary Payton, Detlef Schrempf. You go back to the guys from the '70s too. I mean, hell, Kevin Durant. Where did he start? He started as a Sonic. Like, just don't do something stupid. Don't have it. Don't try it. Don't reinvent the wheel here. Just go back to the Sonics. And last, Cedric Ceballos, the Lakers, and this is one of the. Which series is this? Look for Predictor Series insets cards. Yes, I guess that's the Predictor Series right there. Good looking card. Not a great pack overall, though.
good looking card. I'm obviously a little more modern NBA, so when I see the Lakers 23 jersey, I think LeBron James, which is interesting. It's really interesting when you realize this is LeBron's 6th year in LA already.
I know it doesn't. He still feels like he's in like year 3.
I know, right? And like, meanwhile, it's year 6 in LA and it's year 21 for LeBron. So it's just the longevity of his career is just absolutely incredible. It's something I don't think we're ever going to see again.
And the fact, listen, I know he's not the player he used to be, but he's still damn competitive night in and night out. And even when Bronny comes out, that's gonna like rejuvenate him to another level too for that season. So he's gonna have a couple more good years for sure. Maybe we'll pull LeBron James in either this pack or the bonus pack. What do you say we get cracking here?
Let's get cracking. Hopefully, we get LeBron in that pack, and we get the Bronny James rookie cards whenever they come out.
Okay, and we do have a little bonus pack. So if we don't get it on the first try, maybe we'll get it in the bonus lightning round. We'll call it. Let's see here. All right, so we start off the pack, and these are really good looking cards. Devontae Graham from the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, that is a really good looking card. I mean, Panini Prizm does them right. That's all you can really say.
They really set the gold. They set the gold standard there. Now we got a real good pull here. Tim Duncan, San Antonio Spurs.
Always cool to get the legends in packs like this, and Tim Duncan, probably one of the 15 or so greatest players in league history.
I got a buddy who's a huge Tim Duncan fan. I'm going to put this in a penny sleeve for him. Get that out of the way. All right, next up, we got a current star who is one of the better Golden State Warriors of all time, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Klay Thompson having a bit of a down year, obviously. He just hasn't really quite been the same since all the injuries and the torn ACL and everything. So you kind of wonder, I believe he's a free agent at the end of the year. So you kind of wonder if this is like the last hurrah, the last dance or so for this iteration of the Warriors with him, Draymond, and Steph.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they had their run, they had their, let's call it what it is. It was a dynasty for that decade, for those years, and yeah, I mean, but all good careers got to fade, and like you said, the injuries kind of took their toll on him over time. Now we got Aaron Gordon from the Orlando Magic.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool of him. Looks like he's celebrating a dunk there, just really fired up. So shout out to Aaron Gordon.
Shout out Aaron Gordon. Next in the pack here, we got Josh Jackson from the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, Josh Jackson, put that in a penny sleeve, sent it to Corey Parson.
That's his guy. We'll put that on the penny sleeve pile. Next up, we got Darius Baisley, Oklahoma City Thunder. Love those orange jerseys.
Yeah, not as familiar with the player. I don't really like the orange. It's just something about orange jerseys I'm just not a fan of. I don't know if it's something with the color or what it is, but
You're a Devils fan and the Flyers, but make you think of that maybe subconsciously a little bit.
No, I don't even think it's that. I don't think it's like the Mets either with blue and orange. I think it's just, I just don't think it's a really good color for like a pro sports team.
I think the Flyers do it right, but very few teams do it right. And when the Dolphins want to wear their rare orange jersey, that's fine. But all right,
But
what do we
even
got
the
here?
Dolphins, I consider them like like they have a better color available to them in teal.
It's true, but the orange is a nice change of pace when they do it. We got Thomas Sadaransky back when he was on the Bulls.
Yeah,
Again,
that's my analysis of Thomas Sanaransky.
all right, now we have a green parallel here. We have Avery Bradley from the Los Angeles Lakers, so not necessarily a parallel we're looking for, but nonetheless a good-looking green card.
Very nice. We haven't gotten to any rookies yet, so hopefully we get a rookie in there for you.
We do have a Mr. Kevin Durant back on the Brooklyn Nets dominant series. That's a good-looking card right there. That's another penny sleever.
We do, yes, and Kevin Durant, another all-time great. So there you go. And tying it back to the Warriors, it was good to see the Warriors get another championship post Kevin Durant as well. So at least for
Yes,
them. I mean,
for
I don't
them.
really care as like a very casual basketball fan, but it was cool the fact that like they won before he got there and they won after he got there. So
I'm surrounded by Warrior fans. I'm in the heart of Warrior country, and they're not as annoying as Giant fans, so I don't mind the Warriors. We got Kendrick Nunn from the Miami Heat here. Let's see here. I believe that's a rookie card, actually. We got Killian Hayes from the Detroit Pistons.
mm-hmm.
And then last in the pack, another Piston. We close with Langston Galloway.
Former Nick. So yeah, that's certainly what I would call a mixed bag pack. A couple big names, a couple really good star players, and some younger players where maybe in a few years it'll be a very interesting pack.
Now, we do have this bonus pack here, so maybe we'll get something in the extra innings edition of this pack. Let's see what we have. Okay. So these are like the red, white, and blue parallels. We have one of the better players of the last 20 years here, Rudy Gay.
There you go. And I like how that parallel looks.
The red, white, and blue. It is pretty sharp. We have, let's see here. I believe he was traded to the Lakers since he played for the Oklahoma City Thunder in this picture. Dennis Schrader.
Yeah, Dennis Schrader, pretty good player. He's bounced around the league a lot. He's been on a lot of teams, but pretty good player there.
One of those guys that like you good enough to be on the team and definitely contribute, but never actually good enough to actually make the cut to stay. And then last in our bonus pack here, we've got James Johnson from the Minnesota Timberwolves.
All right, so all three of them are the red, white, and blue
in the bonus
parallels.
pack.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then there's just the 3 cards in the bonus pack.
It's just the 3 cards in the bonus pack, yeah. So it's a total of 15 in the cellophane pack that I had ripped open before we recorded today.
Gotcha. So yeah, not a bad pack there. Can't complain about that.
I'm not a big basketball guy, but I enjoyed doing that and ripping through. Although, like, I do like the throwback stuff, and those upper deck packs are killing me. Like, I have one more, and I'm gonna open it, but like, that'll be the pack that'll have the Jason Kidd rookie when I open it. That's what's gonna happen. But off the air.
100%. Yes. So, are you ready for the mystery slab?
Of course, I'm ready for the mystery slab. One of the best segments on this show.
Very nice. I pre-cut it, but I have not opened it up and actually looked inside yet. So, we are going to slowly do the reveal here. I can tell you, well, it's a Gem Mint 10, so there you go.
Okay.
Although there's going to be a very not a player you can really say a whole lot about positively for obvious reasons. It's a 2022 Topps 87 silver pack Wander Franco rookie card.
Yeah, I mean, heck of a baseball player.
Yeah, excellent baseball player, but you can't really say a whole lot, unfortunately, with Wander Franco because he's on administrative leave for some pretty serious allegations that we obviously do not want to make light of. So we'll just talk about the card itself, and I love the design of the card.
The
Love
throwback look.
Yeah, love the old school throwback look with they nailed the font there on the bottom with the Wander Franco with the name. Obviously, you have the little rookie card insignia on there. It also says on the front, this is a Topps Chrome card, but this is the this is for their 35th anniversary. So so you have that, and then I've been looking at the back of this card, and the back of the card is exactly how you would expect it to look. Like those old school cards back in the day. So yeah, that it's a pretty sharp card. This will probably get listed immediately because I don't know that I necessarily want to have this one in my possession, but it is it's a very nice card. It's a very
It's
nicely designed card, and that's really all I have to say about Wander Franco.
they took the throwback look, but they like modernized it, and not like in a where they overdid it. It's a nice balance of the throwback look, but making it look sharp for 2020, 3 or 2022 in this case. I will say, in that NBA, when we were talking about the Sonics before, that's the example we're talking about. You take something classic, you just tweak it a tiny bit, modernize it, and that's it. Leave it alone. That's what you do with the Sonics when you put a team there.
Now, I'm going to say this. It's a bit of a Debbie Downer for Mystery Slab, considering who the person is. So I'm going to propose this. Do you want me to do another one? Because I feel like I need something to kind of cleanse the palate after that one. Because honestly, I feel gross talking about Wander Franco for the last 3 minutes.
As long as it's not like a Milan Lucic card, I think we'll be okay when you're pulling.
Jeez.
I mean, if that's what happens, then I think we retire the segment.
Oh man. Well, now pressure's on. I'm gonna open this up. It'll be like Adrian Peterson. So
exactly. We'll see.
Right, so
we'll see.
We're gonna do one more mystery slab here, and hopefully it is.
The first one we'll call it a foul tip. That's what we'll call it. It was a foul tip.
Yeah, foul tip. All right, this one's more fun. We can have more fun with this one. This is a mint 9.5. Unfortunately, it is a Panini instant card. It is a rookie card, and it's a player that you and I both love to watch play professional football. We have Lamar Jackson.
Wow. Lamar Jackson 9.5 there. What year is that?
So this is a 2018 rookie card, Panini Instant. This is from the NFL PA Rookie Premier.
There you
and
go.
This is a numbered card. This is 1 out of 295.
So Lamar Jackson is somebody that I drafted in the third round of the rookie draft of our dynasty league. The year he came out, and he has, he's been carrying my team. I wouldn't say he's carrying my team, but he's a huge part of why I've had success. And honestly, his season last year is probably the reason I didn't beat you in the finals or maybe get that bye, and who would have known. But yeah, Lamar's still, he's MVP candidate this year. Baltimore is playing very well. It's a tough division, the AFC North, but they're still the top team as far as I'm concerned.
Top 5 fantasy player every year. When he's healthy, he's a perennial MVP contender. He's always going to be in that mix when he's healthy. Just one of the most fun players to watch on Sundays. Like, he's one of those guys, like when Red Zone cuts to a Baltimore Ravens game, you're like, all right, Lamar's about to do some really cool shit right now. Let's go.
And he's also that guy that, like, you don't feel out of a game if he's your quarterback. Like, as long as it's not some crazy insurmountable lead, if he's your quarterback, you've got a chance to come back.
Right. So I feel a lot better now. After pulling Lamar Jackson there, I feel a lot better about that segment.
And as far as I know and all the things I've heard about Lamar, like the polar opposite of the previous guy, just like a well-liked guy in the community, does the right thing. Like, just, a guy, when you have a face of the franchise, that Lamar Jackson's kind of a guy you want.
100%.
So now it's time. We go from, let's hopefully keep the good times going. It's time for our starting lineup unboxing here on Rip N Riff on Fantasy Alarm and the Better Sports Network. Now, Jared, I can guarantee that all of the pool of 4 is your typical baseball, basketball, football, hockey, but none of these are all fresh in the mail over the last week or so. So none of these are people we've even been in the selection pool before. So,
all right. So that's intriguing. All right, go ahead.
Our hockey one is an all-time great defenseman who had his longevity was unbelievable. For the baseball one, all-time great relief pitcher. The basketball player was somebody that was mentioned on this very episode last week. And then the football one is an all-time great quarterback. You can't debate. He's an all-time great.
Now I'm trying to remember the basketball player we mentioned last week. Ooh, that is really interesting. I don't know that I'm going to pick that one anyways. Tell me about the football player again. And this does not count as my question, but tell me about the football player again and the baseball
All-time
player.
great
The baseball
quarterback.
player is an all-time great reliever. And
Correct.
the football player is
All-time great quarterback. Can't even dispute it.
all-time great quarterback. Okay. I mean, I have some guesses, so I think my question should be pertaining to the basketball player.
Okay.
So this basketball player, I'm assuming, is someone that is a former Sirius XM colleague in some extent, and I would assume that he is probably best known today for being a bit of a meme, for lack of a better term, because he calls college basketball games with Dave Pasch.
You're not on the right path for who the basketball person is.
Oh, damn it. All right. Because you obviously know where I was going with that one.
Yes.
All right. So I have no short-term or long-term memory. I'm a big dumb idiot. So I'm not even going to try to guess the basketball one.
All right.
I want to open the football one. So my guess there is going to be John Elway. I'm going to guess the hockey player is Nick Lidstrom, and the baseball player, just because I want to throw a random fun name. I'm going to guess is Rob Nen.
Rob Nen, that is a fun name. And for a couple of years, he was like a top-notch closer too. Nen was, for 2 years, he was up there. All right, so
but it's not right.
It's not right. So we'll start with baseball. If Mariano Rivera never existed, we would talk about Trevor Hoffman as the greatest closer of all time, probably.
We probably would, yes, but
alas, Mariano does exist.
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, unfortunately, he exists.
I mean, come on. How many? Baseball games is the one sport where you want to leave early, but as long as Mariano Rivera was the chance of him coming out, there was no way I was leaving early. Not a chance.
Yep.
Go back on Yankee Stadium right there. The basketball player, Derek Coleman, who was a member of the audience last week. We talked about him with Dave LaGreca and all the Nets stuff. Derek Coleman has 3 different starting lineups from the Nets. They really tried with him, but he didn't really pan out. And then the hockey player, say again?
I was going to say someone from whoever made the starting lineup, someone was a big fan of the New Jersey Nets. And obviously Derek Coleman came up with our conversation in regards to the old Brendan Byrne Arena. So I should have got that one. Obviously, I was going with Bill Walton, but
now maybe they were a big Syracuse fan because Coleman was a good player at Syracuse. Now the hockey player, while Lidstrom, based off my description, is a very good guess. We were actually referring to Mr. Chris Chelios.
Chris Chelios, yeah, shout out to him for resurfacing on TNT as part of their studio panel.
I consider him like the Jerry Rice of the NFL in the sense that even when he was like in his older age, his 40s, his workout routines, like guys half his age just could not keep up with him. And I mean, I guess if you're going to play hockey till you're 47 years old, you need to kind of stay in that tip-top shape. But man, you talk about a guy who was a fitness freak before his time. It was Chris Chelios. Now, get to the one we're going to open up today. You guessed John Elway. And while this guy did play on the Broncos and win a Super Bowl with the Broncos, this is Peyton Manning.
Okay. Yeah, so that's interesting. And I don't want to steal the same joke you used earlier about a haircut you could set your watch to. But yeah, Peyton Manning has a very Johnny Unitas look there.
He does have a Johnny Unitas look there. I mean, his forehead is massive, so that would probably be like a daylight savings haircut because of the extra space. But, we'll see. All right, so here, we got Peyton Manning here. This is the first Colt I have in my collection.
A little surprising, especially since the Colts were, an interesting team in that era. Edgerrin James, Marshall Faulk, Marvin Harrison.
I do have a Marshall Faulk one unopened in a box downstairs. I don't know if that's going to be what we sell or not. Now, we always, the thing I like to talk about is the pose being similar to the card. It's not exactly the same, but pretty close there. It's also a nice looking card with the hologram Colts logo in the background. Good looking card for the late 90s.
Very nice card. We like
and
that.
They actually did their own card here. Unlike, there was also an era where they would just basically like sign up with Score that year and just copy off their design basically and have a variant. But here is Peyton throwing the football right there. And I definitely, oh, there's the helmet. I thought I dropped it. I didn't want to,
You don't want to lose the helmet.
especially with two cats behind me that'll pounce at any moment when something drops. Like I won't buy, if like sometimes I'll buy loose ones on eBay, but if they don't have the helmet, I don't want it. So there you go.
I would agree. Yeah, they have to have the helmet.
Yeah, football. Yeah, I got if there's no helmet, I don't want it. But yeah, that's a good looking Peyton Manning right there. He's definitely having a nice post playing career for sure. Making the most of it with the Manning cast, among other things. I feel like he's at every country music award show, anything Tennessee related. He is also he does still keep up on the Avalanche, I believe, in the Nuggets because he does like talk about those teams. So he embraces Denver too.
Area.
Embraces Denver. There it is. There's Peyton Manning, and he's going to join our starting lineup studio audience next week. Going from left to right on the top row, we got Ricky Henderson there. I'm a little bummed that the A's are going to be leaving. I do know I have some time before that happens, but we'll see how that goes. Daryl Moose Johnston from 1997. He was the guy that got unboxed last week in honor of Dave being a Cowboys fan, our guest last week. Cortez Kennedy from the Seahawks. I decided to go Pacific Northwest for whatever reason for the rest of them. So there you got Sean Kemp from the 1995 NBA series, and then Gary Payton right below him from the 97 series. Then working our way back the other way. Theo Fleury, Pavel Bure, and of course, Jay Buhner. Why the hell did you trade Jay Buhner?
I love it.
There you go. So, yeah, I don't know why Pacific Northwest, but as I'm doing it, like it kind of just came together on its own. So that was kind of the theme for this week.
Yeah, you're going for the, West Coast vibes there. I dig it. I think it's pretty strong. Pretty solid way to close out the show.
Pretty solid way to close out the first December edition of Rip N Riff here on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Alarm. We're going to have a Christmas special coming up in a couple of weeks. Maybe we'll have a couple of guests before then, but you know how Jared and I do. We're here for you each and every Saturday, opening cards, opening mystery slabs, unboxing starting lineups. That's what we do.
Mystery pack right here. What'll be in it that Adam will be opening in a few weeks? Who the hell knows?
Oh, I see the color, but that's all I got. I got nothing else, so that really doesn't help too much. Yeah, we're going to be sending each other some packs blindly and opening them up on the air, so that'll be fun. But for Mr. Jared Moore, I'm at Pucking Thoughts, Adam Bernard. We'll be back with you soon here on Rip and Riff, here on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Alarm.